This is what I call sometimes in my world a bonus video on this channel. What I want to do is talk about 5 things that you used to could buy and sell on eBay. Man, it would sell real quick, sell for great profit, and it just has dropped off recently. I'm going to give you a couple of those things. Then I'm going to do a what sold, just a one section this time in this video, and then the last 3 and wrap it up. But first of all, I want to talk about NCAA 2014. That used to be just the absolute bolo video game. If you didn't know anything about it, you said, everybody said, oh, all sports games stink. And most of them do. But the one thing that always held true was NCAA 2014. It for Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. It was always the money. It was always the go-to. Always sold really quick. Guess what happened? Finally, EA Sports got their mess together, got their trick together, and now we have NCAA 25 that just recently come out. So the market on NCAA 2014 has went down. I really don't see it going back up. Even if 2025 here stinks and gets a lot of bad reviews here over time, I mean, I'm going to hear mixed reviews, but what mistakes they make this year, they'll fix. And so now that they've got a lot of the localities out of the way, the NCAA 2014 will not go back up in value. All right. So the second thing that will not go back up in value, but was once a really good thing, was FootJoy clothing. I used to love finding FootJoy clothing. The golfing was good for the golf, the polos, the quarter zips, whatever it was. Man, that FootJoy stuff was just really good. But just like everything, probably FootJoy as a whole saw it that oh man, this was really good. We're selling like hotcakes. Let's get a bunch out there. Let's get a bunch on the market. Everybody, of course, was doing YouTube video. Well, a lot of people was doing YouTube videos showing you that FootJoy was a good seller. People was picking up FootJoy. Market gets saturated. Supply and demand. Then you didn't have no real value on FootJoy items. So I'm going to go to now some what solds, and I'm going to come back with the last 3 and kind of wrap things up for you. Okay, let's go over some things that sold. Sales are still going pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy. I sold a lot of Zippo lighters here. I did an auction, believe it or not, and that was my first auction of the year. I didn't really know how to price them because some of it's parts and stuff like that. They're not together, and some of it's not, and it's not working. Anyway, like I said, I did an auction, $43.01 plus shipping on the lighters there. There was all Zippo, a little bit of advertisement and stuff too. Like I said, I just threw a lot together, and $43 later. Anyway, Orbis Buzz Off shirt. This is good for fighting off bugs. If you like fighting off bugs and wearing a shirt at the same time. I think we got $18 free shipping. We've had that for a while. So don't buy Buzz Off shirts unless they're really cheap. This is a Miami Dolphins Pro Line Specialties hat here. This is a really good hat, Sports Specialties. Anyway, we got $31, I think, plus shipping on this. The reason why I took less than I did, there's some spots on it. If that spots wouldn't have been there, the brim's a little bit dirty. This is probably a $40 to $50 hat. If it didn't have that, because it sold pretty quick, even at the price I put it at. But I did detail the spots and take pictures and do all that. So I don't want to hear no complaining. Sold a pair of youth shorts. And we got $9 plus shipping on those. This was a 25-cent buy. That's why I even pulled with them in the first place. I see a pair of Nike shorts for 25 cents. It's very hard for me not to buy them and to list them. sold Guitar Hero, Worlds of Rock. I've got another what sold here where I sold a couple video games, but I paid around 6 good Wii games for $20. This was part of that. So it was 20 some dollars, like $21 plus shipping on that. So that's going to be a really good lot that I ran into. That was at 9 o'clock in the morning. That was, and tell you what, like I said, I'll say this and I said this in the other one. It looked like there was nothing there. I mean, you just, to the naked eye who's just in a hurry, hurry, you wouldn't have thought anything. But I seen those Wii and I thought, well, I'm here. I'm going to dig through it for a minute. And boom, 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 boom. Good game, good game, good game. $20 later, I'd made some money. Okay. So you may now say, what are the final 3 bolos that I just kind of need to probably ignore or aren't as good as they used to be or whatever? So now I'm going to talk about Polaroid cameras. Now, man, it used to be Polaroid cameras were the thing. You pick them up at a yard sale or whatever, thrift store, a couple bucks, and you could send them to Wisconsin and get $15, $20, maybe even a whole lot more if they were different colors or stuff like that. Now, of course, just like with any item that I'm going to talk about in these 5, there are still bolos out there. There still is that hard to find stuff. I just recently talked about FootJoy. Well, if you found a FootJoy 4XL with tags, of course somebody's going to want that still. But that's the outliers and not the regular stuff. So yes, if you still find a pink Polaroid camera, a neon Polaroid camera, yes, it's still good money. Yes, it will sell quick. But I'm talking about your standard regular Polaroids. What happened was, of course, the supply got met with demand. And guess what? Polaroid seen what was going out there. Polaroid was smart enough to go, why aren't we making some of this Polaroid money? So they reissued the Polaroid cameras. They reissued the film. And boom, there went a lot of our resellers market on Polaroid cameras. So next, now you might think I'm reaching here for a category. I'm just going to reach for a whole category and bring it down. DVDs. Now, it used to be, man, that was my bread and butter back in the day. I've told you before I did have a short span of reselling about 4 or 5 months in 2009 due to the fact that I was laid off from work. I just went out yard selling, and pretty much it was 2 things I looked for, DVDs and video games. But DVDs have just really went down in value. And I know I said in a video once a while back, 7 things to look at it per yard sale that you can look at DVDs. And you can just a glance. I'm not talking about sitting there studying. I'm not sitting there studying a list. Don't do that. That will be a waste of your time. And let me explain why with DVDs some of that happens. Of course, supply gets met with demand. Somebody finds out that 28 days later is now a bolo in the DVD world. Nobody seems to have it streaming. Okay, well, everybody starts telling it in their YouTube videos, and then all of a sudden the value starts going down. The supply gets met. Or what happens is if a DVD gets too much, then what happens is your bootleggers start coming in. And your bootleggers, boy, they can pass off a copy that's so good that it's hard to tell. All you got to do is have a little bit, a case, some artwork, and a DVD, and you're ready to go. And a lot of these bootleggers that do the modern movies, they know definitely how to push off an old school type movie on you. So definitely DVDs. So many streaming services, so many even free streaming services like Tubi and Pluto and all this have these odd, strange movies that used to be the only way you got those odd, strange movies was on eBay or Amazon. But that's just not there anymore. And you'll see a DVD that was 6 months ago, maybe was $20. And all of a sudden, 6 months later, it's $7 plus shipping. So, if you want to learn a couple names, that's cool, but just realize that you're always going to have to be learning new names and stuff. And it just may be not worth it anymore. So, I've saved the best for last. This probably is going to make somebody mad. Maybe 2 of you mad. And it hurts my feelings too. I used to find them all the time. I am in a college environment. I have two major universities on either side of me here. But the TI-84 calculators, and I didn't even know that they dropped in value. I hadn't found one recently, so I didn't know that they dropped in value. But somebody said something to me in a chat room about that the drop in value, said they weren't even picking them up anymore. And I was like, what? TI-84 calculators? You're not picking those up? And then I looked them up, and yeah, about $25 plus shipping right now. And in my opinion on those, if you're not picking them up for $5, maybe $7 tops, you got to leave them TI-84 calculators. And a lot of times people are like, oh, yeah, I got to have, I was paying $20. One time I even paid $25 for a TI-84 calculator just because the girl brought it to me. What it was is I lived nowhere from Walmart, and she said, I'll meet you at Walmart. So as I'm waiting for the grocery, she literally hands it to me. I hand her the $25. I literally come home, list it, and sold in an hour. So that's why I did what I did with her. It still was I was looking at about $20 profit that quick. And I did it. I'm not happy with that, but what I'm saying is TI-84 calculators just don't sell anymore. If you had a dead pixel or something going on, you're out or you're close to out. You're not going to make hardly anything. Now, why did TI-84s slow down? Well, I got some theories. First of all, the supply and demand got met again. Once again, the supply and the demand just got met. And I think a lot of your college students and young adults, they sell every once in a blue moon on eBay. They seen that, this is TI-84 is pretty easy to list. I can list it and sell it myself. Why give somebody a deal on it when I can make the money myself? And the thing is, too, like I said, I think less college students, less high school students are using those. There may be even an app or something I'm not even aware of. But the TI-84 calculator, man, it just ain't as good as it used to be. I'm sorry. I wish it was. If you like this type of content, if you like a guy telling you not what to buy, give me a thumbs up. Comment below. And please subscribe to the station. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.